So example number 3 on page 229. This one is, again, we have to draw our own picture here. Okay, so they're saying there's a boat 130 meters away from the base of a cliff. Okay, so you guys know, some of you guys may not know what a cliff is. So remember, mountains are like have these angled slopes. So a cliff would be something that we would consider to have much more straighter edge. So if this was water, cliff typically just goes straight down. Okay, so imagine if you were standing here, that would be on the edge of a cliff. And that's what the scenario they have here. There's a cliff and there's a boat. So on the water, there is a boat here that is 130 meters away. The cliff itself is 80 meters high. So this distance from here to here is 80 meters. So we can assume this is a 90-degree here and create a right angle triangle. So we have two sides to us. Now, what do they want us to do? Which angle do they want for us to find? They're saying draw the diagram to represent the scenario and then mark the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff. So you're sitting right here looking at the boat. So remember that you have your normal line of sight, the invisible line. So you had to look down to look at the boat. So this is the angle of depression. So angle of depressions are usually not in our triangle. Okay, if we have a single triangle that we're trying to draw, most of the time it's outside our triangle, like here. Our angles are over here. We could have this angle or this angle, but neither one of them is here. So how do we find this angle of depression? So one thing you can do is you can find this angle here. Okay, so I'm going to call this X over here. Find this angle, and then you can take it away from 90 to find your angle of depression. Okay, so in your diagram of the triangle, find this angle here. According to this is your hypotenuse. This is the adjacent, which we know is 80. This is the opposite, which is 130. So that means I am using the tan ratio. So tan of my unknown angle is 130 over 80. So X is going to be anti-tan of 130 over 80. So what does that equal to? So that will be anti-tan of 130 divided by 80. So that comes out to be 58.390. So I'm going to say 58 degrees. Okay. But remember, I am not interested in this angle. I'm interested in the angle that is outside here. So because this entire thing is 90, I can say that my angle of depression is going to equal to 90 minus the angle we just found out, which will then give you 32 degrees. So the angle of depression is 32 degrees. Okay, so this angle was on the outside. I found the inside angle and found that angle. You'll also notice it's the same thing, that if you had found this angle is 32, the angle of depression and the angle of elevation here would have been the same. So you would have done the exact same work, but you could have been solving for this angle as well. Okay.